Hello everyone, I am Joshua Spradlin, here to bring you with the movie review. Now, this is something that I wanted to do for quite a while, just for the fact that I probably watch about 100 movies a month. So I thought I'd do kind of like just a series of movie reviews that come out recently, or even some that comes out a long time ago. So I watch quite a few movies, and I do pick out things that are wrong with them all the time. My dad is a huge movie fan, and he always takes me to movies, so that's where I get it from. So one thing that I'm a huge comedy fan, that's probably my favorite genre, but action has to be really good for me to get into it. Otherwise, it's not even worth it. You might as well just not even make me watch it. So let's go ahead and get started. The first movie I want to talk about is The Purge. Now, The Purge came out a couple weeks ago, maybe a month, I don't know. But whenever I saw it, you expect it to be amazing from all the hype that it got. You know, the commercials even said that it's going to be one of the greatest movies of all time. Well, you expect a lot whenever you go and watch a movie that has so much hype. Whenever you watch it, it was so predictable. I mean, from the get-go, it was all predictable. The guy sold the security system, and his happens to be the one that gets broken into. That was pretty predictable, and I found it weird that the bad guys who invaded their home were able to be taken down by a couple of neighbors that haven't even killed anyone. So a bunch of untrained neighbors are also able to just go out and kill trained people who do this every year for fun. So that was kind of sketchy, and it was kind of weird that they killed off the father. You can have a happy ending whenever it came to people who made the same movies as Sinister. I mean, the father was actually the actor in Sinister, so you couldn't really have a happy ending there. But there was just so much hype, and then it ended up being really bad. Out of 1 to 10, I'd give it about a 6, and that's just because it had some cool action scenes, and that was about it. So, the next movie I want to talk about, I just saw recently, is World War Z. Now, most zombie movies, zombies are fast, but usually zombies are slow. Well, these zombies were really smart and really quick and really knew what they were doing. Like in Israel, they had a whole wall surrounding the whole country so that no zombie could get in. Well, there was so much noise that they started climbing on top of each other. Now, for the fact that they could do that was kind of weird, for the fact that they're decomposed bodies. Whenever zombies first started, they were slow, and if you punched them or you could rip their arm off very easily. And now you have it to where they can sprint faster than most people and are attracted to sound. This is not how zombies used to be, so it was the new take on zombies. But it was still a pretty good movie. I'm not really a Brad Pitt fan, but this was a pretty good movie on his part. I thought he played an excellent role, and there was some twists and turns that were pretty weird. Whenever he saw the kid, that the zombies ran right past, I thought, they're not attracted to bald people. And I know that sounds pretty weird, but I honestly believe that, because even the homeless man that they saw earlier, I thought that he was bald, so it seemed pretty likely. So I'm like, oh, they're just going to tell everyone to shave their heads. But whenever I figured out that they were sick, then it was kind of like, oh, well, that makes a little bit more sense. in the end, the ending was pretty good. I don't want to spoil it, but you should really go see it, and it would be something that you'd probably enjoy if you're an action guy. Now, if you have no interest in action movies, or sci-fi movies even at that, you probably wouldn't like it, but it's worth giving a try, and out of 1 to 10, I'd give it a 9. And the only reason it doesn't get a 10 is because just Brad Pitt, man. Another movie that I actually saw on Saturday was The Heat, and I'm a comedy fan, and Melissa McCarthy is so hilarious, and so is Sandra Bullock, so those two together made an excellent combination. Melissa McCarthy actually started out in the movie Bridesmaids. I don't know if you've seen that or not, but she played the girl that was real perverted and was really funny and played that unattractive role. And then her next movie, which everyone kind of really recognized her at, was in Identity Thief with Jason Bateman, and that movie was hilarious. But The Heat kind of put her in a new place, you know. She started out so small, and now she's getting put in all these big movies that are so funny. Just her role in that movie was incredible, and Sandra Bullock also couldn't have done any better. It was amazing. That's a 10 out of 10 movie right there. It's worth seeing if you want a good laugh. I don't suggest taking your kids to it, but it's a really good movie. It's not even predictable, so yeah, it always keeps you guessing, and the ending turns out really, really good. So it's worth seeing, and you should really go check it out soon. And the final movie that I'm going to review it's from a couple years back, and it's one of my favorites. Let me grab it here. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Scott Pilgrim is an amazing movie. It was originally like a comic book video game sort of thing. So I never read the comic book, but it really gave you pretty much the whole thing right. So it was real easy to follow. Sees this girl at a party and ends up falling in love with her, basically, and to win her, or kind of win her over, but also to fall in love, for them to be together, he has to defeat the several evil exes, starting out with 1, 2, 3, 4, in order. And there's a couple twists in that, and also the final boss is pretty good, so it's worth seeing. And there's a lot of comedy, and it's Michael Cera, and you wouldn't think Michael Cera could do an action comedy movie, but he did play a really good role there. So if you haven't seen it, I'd pick it up at Walmart or any store that sells movies, because I'm sure it's really easy to find. It's probably not even that expensive, because it came out a while back ago. So that one's also a 10 out of 10 movie, and I really think you should check it out. And that is the end to today's movie review. This was the first one, and I really hope you liked it, and I hope there's more to come, and I hope you guys will keep watching. I'm going to try and start seeing more movies, so I'll have more to talk about recently, so it won't have to be drug out for a long time. So if you want, like, comment, subscribe, and I really like to hear what you think, because if you think it sucks, I may not do it anymore, but if you like it, I'll try and actually watch a lot more movies and be able to do a lot of review. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, my @name is FamousInsideMe. I know that's really cheesy and cliche, but get at me. And this is the end, so